Hey guys, it's Chronoferry. Welcome back to another Hypixel Skyblock video. Today we're going to be talking about scamming. Is it allowed or disallowed in Hypixel Skyblock? Now, first of all, scamming is a scummy practice. You're scamming someone out of their weeks or even months of hard work. So yeah, scamming is morally wrong, but is it actually allowed on Hypixel Skyblock by the staff members? And I'm here to give you guys an answer on that in today's video. Now, the reason as to why some people actually think scamming is allowed on Hypixel Skyblock is because they've been a victim of such scams. They've reported, the scammers, and nothing has been done about it. But I'm here to clarify, and there is an official post by a staff member, an admin, in fact, that I'm going to show you guys right now. So let me just head over onto the Hypixel forums here. Okay, so here I am on the Hypixel forums, and this is an example of a post or a thread that you'll see like that every day. Asking about scamming, will it get me banned? This is posted on August 9th, which was pretty recent. And then you have victims of scammers, going into great detail about how this guy scammed them, attaching screenshots and all of that. But nothing seems to be happening, right? It seems that the Hypixel staff doesn't really care about scamming. And it seems that they condone it by not caring. But this isn't the case. Because actually in this thread here, you have an admin's official response as to what the staff team thinks about scamming. And you can see here, if I scroll down, this post by Lucky Cassie, who's an administrator on the Hypixel server, you can see that she says, be aware that if you are misleading players with your advertising, this is referring specifically to the auction house, you can be reported and have a punishment applied, depending on what rule has been breached and the severity of it. It can range from a mute for misleading information to being banned for scamming. So this is an official response from a Hypixel staff team member. Now, again, not many people have seen this post, which is why they just assume that the Hypixel staff condones scamming. Okay, so if we go on to Lucky Cassie's second post here, I believe it's on the third page of this thread. Okay, so it says that this rule falls under two areas: respecting the players, trolling and misleading the players with the provided information, and also player security, scamming by tricking players into purchasing something they did not intend to get. This can also include real money, which is bannable. Now, you might be asking, well, most of the scams that occur on Hypixel Skyblock actually do not involve any real money. So is it bannable or not? And the answer to that is that basically what she's saying is that it depends on the severity of it, as she said in the earlier post. So if you're scamming someone for real money, very high chance that you'll be banned in this case. Meaning to say that if you say something like, oh, give me a spec of the dragons, I'll pay you $10, and then you pay the person some money and he doesn't give you the sword, right? So in that case, that would be an example of a bannable offense. Now, if you actually report these players, right, do not have very high expectations on what the outcome might be. Now, I've seen many people, they've complained that they've reported scammers and all of that, and no action has been taken. Now, action will actually be taken. The problem is that usually these people who are victims of scams, either A, they do not have sufficient proof, meaning they don't have any form of proof, they're just accusing and just attach the IGN of this player and says that, oh, so-and-so scammed me, but they don't actually have any proof. Then again, the Hypixel staff team cannot do anything about it, which is why these victims come on posting such threats that, oh, the Hypixel staff doesn't care about scamming. They actually do. It's because they don't have proof. Now, for the people who do have proof, the proof might not be substantial. Now, what I mean by that is that the proof that they could have attached would be screenshots. Now, as far as I know, the Hypixel staff definitely would not ban someone for scamming purely based on screenshots, because screenshots can be fabricated, as you know. I'm sure you guys have seen many clickbait like thumbnails on YouTube where people sort of fake Hypixel, the owner of Hypixel, talking in chat, like saying something. Most of it is clickbait, right? So you have seen from YouTube as a very good example that a lot of people can create fake screenshots of in-game chat messages. Therefore, I feel that the staff team don't really find screenshots to be a reliable form of evidence. But one form of evidence that I know that they care about is actually video evidence. So if you guys record the entire exchange, right, and it's proven that he or she is scamming you, then he or she will be punished accordingly. Again, it may not be a ban, as Lucky Cassie has said, but it might be a mute or some other form of punishment. So what have we learned so far? essentially, you can't scam. It's not allowed on Hypixel Skyblock, and if you do it, you may get punished if someone reports you and has video evidence that you are scamming. Now, again, so you might be thinking, okay then, I can just go ahead and do random trades with people, right? Because as long as I'm video recording the whole thing, I'm safe. Even if he scams me, I can just report him. Well, this isn't actually a good method. Like, I would say don't trust anyone in Hypixel Skyblock. This is the most valuable advice that I can give you, is because even if you do have video evidence that the person has scammed you and you report him or her on the forums, right? And the Hypixel team actually takes action against this scammer, you 100% will not get back the item that you were scammed out of. So say you gave the aspect of the dragons to scammer, right? Okay, so the scammer gets punished, you won't actually get back your weapon. This is how it works. They are not going to help you with any weapon or money that you have lost in Hypixel Skyblock. What I mean by money is coins in Hypixel Skyblock. They are not actually going to help you with any of that as far as I know. But, you know, their stance on this might change in the future. But for now, they don't really care about giving you back the stuff that you lost because you were scammed. So yeah, some advice I can give you guys on how to avoid getting scammed is, again, as I've said earlier, don't trust anyone. Really, even if they are your online friend, like you guys are friends on Hypixel Skyblock, that doesn't mean you can trust them. If you guys know them really, really well though, like you are friends on Discord, you have talked to them a lot of times, or even better, if you are friends in real life, then go ahead and do your trades and you can trust them. But keep in mind that everything that you do is a risk if you do not know the person very well on the other end. But of course, if you know this guy who's trading with you and he's a real life friend, then of course, by all means, go ahead. Just keep in mind that if you do get scammed, you're not going to get your items back, which sucks, I know. I don't agree with this policy as well. I believe Hypixel should actually help the victims of scams, but unfortunately, I think there's too many sorts of these scam reports that they don't bother to give back the items that were lost. But yes, guys, it's really, really easy not to get scammed. Just don't trust anyone that you don't know well enough. Really, that's all there is to it. You know, it's random people in chats, and if the deal sounds too good to be true, guys, it probably is. Don't fall for such scams, especially the auction house scam. It really is the easiest scam to avoid. If someone says, oh, I'm selling an ember rod on the auction house for like 10,000, and it sounds really good, right? Really, really cheap. And then you go and straight away bid on it without looking at the item carefully, because some people might disguise it as, like, for example, ember rod, right? Which is a decent epic weapon. Some people might disguise it as a blaze rod. So if you don't look at it carefully, you just go ahead and bid on it, right? You will lose your coins, and you know, technically it's not scamming, the player is just misleading you. But again, if you have video evidence of that, then the Hypixel staff team can take the appropriate action. Now that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in today's video. Hopefully this video has helped you guys out, given you some bit of information that you didn't know previously. So hopefully you guys have found this video helpful and insightful. I know some people definitely didn't know that the Hypixel team has actually responded to all this issue of scamming and has actually clarified their position as to whether it's allowed or not. So that's why I showed you guys the admin post earlier. Hopefully this has helped to clear up some confusion, and I hope that the Hypixel team will be more transparent in the future, because that's just a forum post on a random thread on the Hypixel Skyblock forums. So I believe that they could do with a whole announcement, or maybe adding it specifically into the rules, because currently if you guys look at the rules, right, under rule 4 it says player and account safety. They do list scamming here in the rules, as you can see, but this form of scamming is a different kind of scamming, because it's referring to player and account safety, meaning that if someone scams you, like they steal your Minecraft account, that's what it's referring to. Yeah, it's referring to player security. So it's not referring to scamming items in Hypixel Skyblock. That's why I think Hypixel can do better by, you know, adding in specific rules for Hypixel Skyblock. Make sure that they are easily accessible and that everyone knows them, so that it's more clear, rather than having to find a random forum thread and, you know, scroll down just to find a post from an admin on whether scamming is allowed or not. You know, it's really troublesome, especially for new players. They probably will never come across this post. So I wish that the Hypixel staff team would be more clear about this rule. You know, while they have posted on a forum thread about it, this forum thread is not easily accessible. Not everyone can find this random post by an admin on a random thread. So it would be great if they add it into the rules, you know, as I mentioned earlier, as maybe a separate section of the rules that pertains specifically to Hypixel Skyblock. or even an announcement on the home section, I'm sure that would help to clear up a lot of things. Now, if you guys have found this video useful, be sure to drop a like, consider subscribing for more Minecraft and Hypixel Skyblock videos. Now be sure to check out my Hypixel Skyblock guide playlist as well. Link to it is in the video description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.